Who is Dr. Preeti Adani? Why does she say, a developed India cannot be built without half the population? Imagine this. In some small village in India, a girl is born. There is happiness in her home, but not the same level of confidence about her future. Going to school sometimes becomes a dream, and after a few years society tells her, now your role is to take care of the household. But if that same girl studies, earns and makes her own decisions, does only her life change or does the entire society change? This question now stands at the center of India's development. And around this very question, one woman has been spreading a message across the country. If half the population is left behind, no nation can ever truly become developed. That voice is Dr. Preeti Adani, a doctor, a social worker, and the chairperson of the Adani Foundation, who over the past 3 decades has tried to bring change to the lives of millions of women. But her story is not just about being the wife of a major industrialist. It is the story of a decision, when a doctor chose to leave her career and dedicate herself to working for society. Dr. Preeti Adani's name often comes into the spotlight whenever women's empowerment is discussed. Recently, at the sashakt Nari, viksit Bharat program held in Delhi, she made a simple but powerful statement. No country can achieve sustainable development by keeping half of its population outside economic activity. This was not just a statement, but also a warning for India's development model. India's population is around 1.4 billion and nearly half of it consists of women. But if we look at the labor force participation rate, women's participation is still significantly lower compared to men. Several reports show that in rural India, millions of women are still outside economic activity, even though they possess both skills and capability. The question is, if such a large section of the population remains outside economic activity, how can the country's economy reach its full potential? Dr. Preeti Adani believes that India should learn from its own history. In Indian civilization, women have always been seen as symbols of strength, whether Saraswati, Durga, or Lakshmi. But in modern society, that same strength often becomes confined within social boundaries. According to her, if India truly wants to become a developed nation, it must recognize the potential of women and give them opportunities. Her work did not begin in big cities, but in villages. She observed that women in rural areas are hardworking, but they lack economic independence. From this thought, women's dairy groups were formed in several states. Today, more than 3,500 rural women are associated with these dairy cooperatives and collect nearly 7.5 million liters of milk every year. This is not just a story of milk production. It is a story of confidence. When a woman earns her own income, the power of her decisions changes. She can make better decisions about her children's education, focus on her family's health, and most importantly, she begins to feel that she is an equal part of society. This transformation gradually influences the entire community. But economic empowerment does not come only from increasing income. Dr. Preeti Adani repeatedly emphasizes that women's empowerment is a comprehensive process. It must include education, skill development, health, digital literacy, and access to markets. In many rural parts of India, the level of girls' education is still very low. There are many girls who have never even seen the doors of a school. Reaching college is far beyond that. That is why Dr. Preeti Adani believes that if a girl continues her education in school, it can change the direction of her life. An educated girl is less likely to be married at an early age. She becomes aware of her health, her rights, and her future. She can work, start a business, or build a career in a new field. Education does not just provide knowledge from books. It also builds confidence. Dr. Preeti Adani also believes that in today's time, skills training is just as important as formal education. In sectors such as healthcare, agriculture, digital services, renewable energy, and manufacturing, trained young women can become economically self-reliant. If they receive the right training and opportunities, they can not only improve their family's financial condition, but also strengthen the local economy. Several schemes of the Government of India have also played an important role in this direction. In her speech, she mentioned the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, through which small entrepreneurs receive loans without large collateral. This scheme has given millions of women the opportunity to start small businesses. Similarly, the Digital India campaign has brought digital facilities to even remote areas. Today, women in villages can connect to markets through mobile phones and the internet. They can sell their products on online platforms and carry out financial transactions through digital payments. Apart from this, the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana has also brought a major change in women's lives. With access to clean cooking fuel, the health of millions of women has improved and they have been relieved from smoke-filled kitchens. This change is not just about health. It is also about dignity and respect. But Dr. Preeti Adani believes that giving loans alone is not enough. Women-led enterprises also need skills, digital knowledge, access to markets, and guidance. If a woman wants to start a business, she does not just need money. She needs a complete ecosystem where she receives training, networks, and opportunities. Dr. Preeti Adani's own journey is also inspiring. She was a doctor by profession. But in 1996, she made a major decision to leave her medical career and dedicate herself to social service. From that time onward, through the Adani Foundation, she began working in the areas of education, healthcare, livelihoods, and rural development. In the beginning, this work was limited to a few villages, small programs, limited resources, and big hopes. But gradually, this initiative turned into a large social movement. Today, the Adani Foundation impacts the lives of nearly 9.6 million people every year across 7,071 villages in 22 states of India. This work is not just philanthropy, it is social investment. When education improves in villages, when women gain employment, and when healthcare services become stronger, it directly impacts the country's economy. India is today one of the fastest growing economies in the world. But if the country wants to move to the next level, increasing women's participation is essential. Several economic studies suggest that if women's labor participation increases in India, GDP could see significant growth. Dr. Preeti Adani believes that India's next development story will not be written only in companies in big cities. That story will be written through girls studying in schools, young women learning skills in training centers, women running small businesses in villages, and entrepreneurs creating their place in digital markets. Her message is clear. When women are empowered, it is not only their lives that change, the entire society transforms. Families become stronger, communities become stronger, and ultimately the nation becomes stronger. The girl we imagined at the beginning is no longer just a story. She exists in millions of villages across India. The only difference now is that she has opportunities, education, and confidence. And perhaps this is the change Dr. Preeti Adani is talking about. An India where half the population is not just a number, but the greatest strength of development.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.